Good evening, good afternoon. I did it again. Good afternoon, and welcome to day 15 of the Gifford Youth Orchestra's annual concert series. Day 15 of 22. And you might ask, why did we pick 22? I need to tell you, when we put this together, we didn't know what we were doing. We were trying to figure out a way to present our children in concert. And so the idea came up that, oh, well, let's do it like a soap opera, a little bit each day, because we have so many children whose solos have to be presented. And so we spread it out to accommodate the number of children that are in our program. Well, now we think we probably could have just put it all together in 7 days, but we didn't know what we were doing. Now we know what we're doing. So next time around, if there is a next time around like this, it will be different. But thank you so much for welcoming us back again today. So happy to be with you. I never tell you who I am, so I assume you know I am Dr. Crystal Boujol, the artistic director and the founder of the Gifford Youth Orchestra. And no, I don't play the violin. My daughter did, my sisters did, but I'm a pianist. And the violin is just too hard for me. I leave that up to people that are smarter, more nimble with their fingers, have a better ear for sound. The idea of trying to find the right note on the string and which string to move your finger around on to get those notes, much too complicated for me. I need to know that when I press this button or this key, I'm going to get this particular sound. And so I really admire our children who are in the string program. Now, our children who are in the piano program, I admire them as well because I know what it takes to understand the piano and the notations that they have to read and the kind of adjustment and what is the word, coordination, mental coordination that goes on in the mind and the heart and the body and the spirit and the keyboard and the nuances of the keyboard. I understand that. And I understand what they're doing with the violin. It's just the difficulty of the violin gives me a sense of great appreciation for our young people who stick with it and produce beautiful music. You're going to hear some tonight. So, for just a couple of minutes, I'm going to give you a little history. I have a little problem kind of balancing what I am going to tell you each night because fiscally, I should be talking to you about making a donation to the Gifford Youth Orchestra, or at least telling you a piece of history that would inspire you to make a donation. But sometimes I just want to tell you about things that happened with us, people that have supported us. I just want to tell you the story of the Gifford Youth Orchestra and what we have done and experienced these 17 years. And that's what I really want to tell you tonight. Now, I've taken up part of the time talking to you about the piano and the violin, but I am going to share a little bit tonight, and I am going to share a little bit of this kind of history tomorrow. The issue is that there are people who just love what we're doing, and they'll call and ask if they can come and sit in on rehearsal or sit in on a lesson. And if it works for us, then we will invite them. Yes, do come. And they'll come not to bring money the way we calculate and think about money, but they bring themselves, the gift of themselves, and they lift the spirit of our children, of our program. For example, Red Palmer, the radio announcer here in Vero Beach, came for our student banquet one year, and he brought his tape recorder and he interviewed the children. They were so excited that someone wanted to interview them, and he interviewed each and every child, asking them questions. I mean, really having an interview with them. They walked away so proud. One little girl said, "Nobody ever interviewed me before." It was just wonderful. We've had people come and share with us their history of life in Gifford. Dr. Aaron Hudson was one of the men that came and spoke to the young people about education and how difficult it was for him when he went to Gifford High School and couldn't go to Vero Beach High School even to take a test to get into college because of segregation. But years later, he became the principal of Vero Beach High School, the school he couldn't go to at one time in his life. He shared that story and told young people that they needed to be prepared because they never know what's going to happen in their lives. They were enriched by his presence. And then there's Barbara Lipton. Now, Barbara would show up, not just show up, but she would come once a month. We knew she was coming, and she would bring food for the different the different cultures that were represented each month. And it was so beautiful that she would bring food from the Irish point of view, food for Cinco de Mayo, food for the English, food for this, that, and the other holiday. And she taught quite a bit to our young people through food for their snacks. Now, look, my time is up, and I have a little bit more that I want to tell you about that's along these lines that's really quite lovely, quite exciting, quite beautiful, about how people brought themselves. I want to tell you about Helen Bonney, Dr. Helen Bonney. I want to tell you about Jim Parks and his grill. I want to tell you about Gretchen and her harp. So that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow night. But for today, please enjoy that which our young people have prepared for you. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Linda Mena. I'm a cabaret singer here in Vero Beach. And if we hope to keep a classical and pop repertoire alive in this county, supporting the GYO makes perfect sense to me. I truly understand the importance of passing the torch to a future generation. Today, I hope you will enjoy Marley Anderson's piano performance of Charlie Brown. Marley is 9 years old, in the 4th grade at St. Edward's, and wants to become a world-renowned chef. Good luck, Marley.